Right now, once again, kids, this is another international run of Drag Race, except this is Drag Race Holland. We're back with your boy Matty Rants and my friend Jamar84. Cue the theme music, because this was an episode.
Listen.
Yeah. Yes, God. Oh. Get that out of there.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Matty Rants.
And Jamar84.
Thanks again for tuning in. Do us a favor and hit that like button, share button, and subscribe to the channel. Not just mine, my friends as well, because he makes content. Yeah, that's him. There you go. So we're going to do our social medias real quick. So, at Matty Rants on both Facebook and Instagram, at the Matty Rants on Twitter. If you want to donate to the channel, my birthday is around the corner, y'all. Please and thank you. It's Cash App, $, Matty Rants, Venmo, MattyRants, and PayPal.me/MattyRants. That birthday wish list is still available. It's on Amazon. I do go to my mailbox. Jamar, the link.
So you can find me across all platforms at Jamar84. That's Jamar 84, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. And if Donald Trump does not ban it, TikTok at Jamar840.
I like to start this off by actually first saying rest in power Ruth Bader Ginsburg, because we just got that news today.
4 hours ago.
Pray for America. That's all I'm saying. This year, poof.
It just keeps going. It's like, you thought it was over?
Your favorite. I'm gonna keep getting them. Like, you can stop. But honestly, we can say welcome Drag Race Holland into 2020. This is a treat because at the end of watching this episode, I was pleased as punch and ready to see what the next episode, because that trailer for the next one.
That's when the episodes are gonna get into like Drag Race.
Well, because they had to get rid of the weakest link, so we had to do that first.
We'll get there. But I won't do her like that. But we will get there.
Good, because I will. Because I'm gonna keep it honest. I was tired of seeing that little Dax exclamation point padding in the back walk that stage, but we're gonna just
there was no padding. At least Dax exclamation point gave you a hit.
That was padding, but it didn't make it past the cheek. It didn't make it past the cheek. It was in the butt and in the legs. There was
I thought that was
girl, that gave Duck Dodgers in the 21st century. Whoa, a Looney Tunes reference. Let's get to this episode and not shame somebody for their bad padding.
No.
I'm not going to shame you for your bad padding. You are popular.
No, you are not going to say this bitch look like Duck Dodgers, bitch. I'm walking out.
Duck Dodgers and the 20th, the half century.
Only people that are 30 plus know what that is.
that part, or if you have HBO Max and they didn't take out the episode because it was too racist. All right, so because I have seen some episodes get weird edits from Looney Tunes on HBO Max. We have Drag Race Holland. There was this really kind of interesting but weird sort of clip show prior to the announcement of our good friend Fred. I wanted to say Frank so bad, but I was like, it's not. It's Fred. What's up, Fred? Are you dead, Fred? No, that's another movie. That's a reference for nobody. Okay.
Nope, I can't help you this time.
Oh my God. Well,
if it ain't Scooby-Doo, or if it ain't
remember
Fred from YouTube that used to be annoying? The kid that
well, Fred was sitting at home. Fred was watching the TV. I'm editing all that out, by the way. Fred was at home. Fred was watching his TV, and RuPaul on the same top. Girl, you were busy.
Okay, so let's talk about that. How RuPaul did every video for Canada and probably every video for Holland the same day at the same time.
Did more for Holland, girl, because she came out to introduce the runway category too, and the end of it. I was like, this is the last words said weren't even by Fred, y'all. It was by RuPaul. Everybody say love. I was like, what is happening here? This is gonna be the new RuPaul, I promise you. A couple years from now.
Better that than what? Never mind. Shut up.
It'll smells like cheese. Almost, Brandy, almost. But I guarantee you, that's gonna be RuPaul in a couple years, y'all. We're gonna start seeing, instead of her hosting the show, it'll be film segments throughout because it's gonna be her legacy. But still, we want to see some Ruzy. So there you go. With that being said, Fred was happy from what I could tell. And then we got this cute little intro into Drag Race Holland. The lighting, I'm appreciative of because I could see everything. Oh, so good for the lighting. I was nervous, but I was like, this is good lighting. Now we're going to do this by introductions of the queens first walking in and our first thoughts of their outfits so we don't stay too long on this. First up, a Brazilian queen, Abby. Oh my God, Abby OMG.
I mean, my thoughts of her are more so out of drag than in it.
Jamar's top energy is showing.
Look, Miss Abby's fine as hell.
Beautiful.
She ain't the only one. We'll get to the other ones too.
I gotta give it. Abby was beautiful. I was like,
but I was like, oh,
you're gorgeous.
I don't even see that. I don't see her boy self.
That separation is right. Yes, that separation is right. I'm like, oh, y'all are two different people. I live. Abby, it was a beautiful look walking in. Normally, I wouldn't give that kind of basic number because it low-key was just a couple of things thrown on top, if we're going to be real clear about it. However,
it worked for her in the end.
It did, and I was not mad. I was like, okay, she's pretty. And their hands were doing this a lot. Oh, pretty. I was here for the Abby. Now, that Abby. So next up, who I think is one of the most creative people to ever grace Drag Race in all genres, Chelsea Boy.
Oh, yeah. Who's actually, after the episode, I think I saw them doing a clip online, like, you secretly kind of fine, too.
Yes, they are. They're beautiful, beautiful face. The structure of that face is like, click, 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 click. I'm like, oh, my gosh. But intelligent, and once they described their drag as being a superhero kind of drag bit, I was like, ooh, I like this. And of course, when we get to the runway, I was gushing.
A completely different person.
Oh, I love that movie, so I was so happy that reference was given, but we'll get to that in a second. I live for Chelsea Boy. That's one of my top contenders so far, just from walking into the workroom. Next up, I hope I'm saying this right, Janae Jackie?
That was my guess.
Janae looks completely different in drag than they do out of drag, which is also, again, we kind of like this change of people when you see them like, ooh, one way, ooh, another way. I like them better later on in the episode. I didn't care for this entrance look. I'm just going to be real.
To be honest, she was one of the girls that sort of blended with the others to me. I haven't been able to, separate her from everybody from the group yet.
She reminds me of Lemon a tad bit. It is, especially for that runway, and I hate that wig, but
Somebody said somebody else that you like reminds them of Jimbo.
Oh, we're about to get there in just a second, too. Almost, but their makeup was better. So let's see here. The next queen that walked into the workroom with this nunnable look here. She was giving you all kind of Danish nun teas, if I'm correct in this. Correct me if I'm wrong. Megan Schoenbrode. Megan Schoenbrode.
I was gonna fuck up her last name, so I'm just gonna call her Megan.
I'll be the one to do this so y'all can.
Because I was gonna fuck that up.
Hey Meg, Meg was cool. I was okay with it.
I like that outfit.
Yeah,
I remember.
It was interesting. It was interesting. I want to find out more about Megan though, because looking at Megan, she gives me a mixture of many different things. And I'm trying to figure out what it is, not just because I'm like, oh, what is she? But it's like, I'm interested. So I don't know. Megan seems very interesting. And to find out that she was also deaf, like 80% in one ear and almost gone in the other, and still on this show and still listening and still trying to do,
I can read lips very well. I'm like,
you must be. So the next queen up, who somehow I have really I like this queen a lot, and it's because they're coming in here unapologetically hairy and bearded, and it's actually like
Oh.
a really good look. It's a good look, because I'm gonna give it to Madam Madness. Like, that paint job was right with the face. That paint job was
Oh, now I
right.
remember. It was like the yellow. She had like the gown. Did she have the mermaid gown? Like
No. No, she came in with the yellow and black sort of pantsuit. What's the pantsuit jumps onesie unit. Jamar, god dang you not for not remembering how this outfit looked. I can't get the word out for what it looked like. I was here for it. I was very much here for it. Now,
Bitch,
Janae,
I don't want to jump too far ahead, but bitch, that bitch is runway.
we'll get there in a second, because I was gagged and I was so happy it was done. And again, that face, that paint is so surreal. I love how she does her beard. Like the lining of it is so right. I'm like, ooh, it's making me.
You wouldn't know. I wouldn't have known that she had the beard on if she didn't.
Honestly, because you had to like look to see where the hairs were. The way she paints it is, it's so good. It just looks like she's lining her face up. So Janae wasn't here for it. She found it to be kind of lazy. We've heard this before about bearded queens. Y'all get over it. Get used to it. There's different forms everywhere. Y'all
honestly, it seems like it's harder.
I would think so too.
Without it, shit, you ain't got to worry about nothing. You just go where you want to go.
I would think the same. But she's from the Netherlands, a bearded queen. Go on, girl. Now, this queen coming up, we all know from, what is it, RuPaul's? What was it, Drag Race? What was the YouTube show?
RuPaul Dark Race?
Yeah, RuPaul Dark Race. And it used to drive me insane, but it was still funny because it would sound
It was
terrible.
Ridiculous.
But it was funny. It was terrible, but it was funny. Welcome to the competition. Housekeeping. Rome.
I did not know that she was a part of that.
That's Rome's. That's her creation. Yes. So
what?
yes. Yeah. And what's the real gag about it is she walks into the workroom in a cheap outfit.
Oh yeah, that was
in an IKEA push cart.
That was bad.
Hi-ya chop. Rome? That was a hi-ya boot.
I think it's actually room.
You think it's room?
I think, or at least when I saw them, they pronounced it as room.
Jamar may have me on this one. Yeah. I don't know why I want to say Rome. You hear me? No. You hear me at the E, trying to make that E make a difference? Oh, no.
Room.
Probably room.
It's spelled different, but I think they just spell it like room.
They came into the workroom with a soju edit. Not smart. Not smart, girl. Social media. I was like, first one out before anything happened.
Ariel Versace.
I'm telling you, my favorite of the cast, I want to make sure I say this correctly, and if I say this wrong, I apologize, because I honestly was saying it a billion times prior to us filming, and I feel like I'm still going to get it wrong. Sodejin. See how I slowed it down for you? Tell me where I'm wrong and help me with my enunciations and pronunciations, folks. Either way, Jimbo 2.0 has walked into the workroom.
That's all the energy that I get right now. I came to win.
Sodejin, I think I said it right that time, very well, who is a little Jimbo 2.0-ish, but something about them I love. They seem to be so confident. Their energy is right. They're saying that they're old queen, but they're not an old queen. He's 26. I was gagged. I was like, I saw something completely different. But I think that's the gimmick, and that's the gag and the joke. Is like
they have that old. They just paint old. Their character, their drag
character, all of it is that. So, and also out of drag, I like Jamar was feeling that about Abby. I was feeling the same about Sodejin. Honestly, I was like, oh, I like this.
Interesting.
I have weird taste. You've seen it.
These are the facts.
Boom. Next up would be Mama Queen, who came out pregnant. Low-key giving Crystal Gems teas with that gem on the front. I swore. I was like, is this a Steven Universe reference? I was getting all of that.
Of course you see that.
They're super tall, super cheekbones. When they're in drag, girl, oh my God.
I
Oh,
mean, it's a woman, but then the confessional.
you talking about how they're all in the camera like that, and that the it's like they're not even sitting in the seat, but it's like kind of like they're sitting like this a little bit. Something about how they're sitting down shows them hunched, but maybe they just I don't know.
I mean, just as a boy, he's just pretty, just really pretty,
like really pretty. Like if I saw that tall glamazon walking down the around the street, I'd assume that man was a model. I'd assume it. Or if their pronouns are she or her or they or them before anybody tries it. Because y'all love to say, Matthew, you should know. I'm like, I honestly didn't look at any of the cast videos. I saw just one trailer for it. That was it. And I left it be from there.
Yeah, the whole knowing everything about the show before the show even comes is really...
We're trying not to do that. So
that's not the tea anymore.
Yeah. It really ruins an opinion. Trust and believe, because we already be thinking that we know what's up, and it's like, nah, this is fresh for us. So I left for Mama McQueen. I want to give her extra McQueen.
You acted a whole extra syllables to the name.
Speaking of extra, because this forehead stepped through that room, child. Patty Pam walked.
Oh, child.
I said Rihanna.
Forehead.
Rihanna. I was like, bless it.
Let me tell you something. I saw Patty Pam in the trailer. I was like, did Crystal from UK get on this season too? Because they look exactly alike to me.
Crystal and Gothy Kendall had a baby. There it is. Thank you. Gothy Kendall. We love Gothy Kendall in this household. Yeah, I gotta say, Patty Pam from Lindbergh. I was like, oh, give me differences. I'm kind of here for Patty. Patty's a little bit of the whatever. Like, she's very punk. I get a little sense of that from her, just a tad bit. And I did like what she walked in with the whole mannequin bodies with the pins in it and had the tape going all around it.
Oh, right.
That was hot. That was hot. I was like, oh, this was cute. I like that. That's a good way to walk in. And last but not least,
my other husband.
Now, you want to talk about Sevilla up in here? With wearing very little and could be considered basic on other girls. Remember when Nikki Doll wore next to nothing, but it was so severe that it was something? Here come Miss Envy Peru, straight from Peru, giving life. Oh, she is so severe.
Yes, she is gorgeous. And she's the I think she's the oldest. But she does not look it.
Oh, and she's legendary because when she walked in, them girls were gooped. They were like,
ooh,
crap. Oh, crap. And
her and Mama Queen are like,
yeah. They were like
the matriarchs.
They were like, uh-oh. And even Mama Queen was like, girl, Miss Envy Peru runs the game. I was like, uh-oh, this is interesting. I also liked the fact that when the queens walked through, it was the other queens who would give their names before we got their actual name. It was like, oh, here she comes. Here this one comes. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, y'all, let's run through this part because really this episode didn't offer fully much. It was just an intro into them working on stuff and then us getting to the runway and etc. So, the queens are all now in the workroom. They're excited. Everyone's freaking out. So they get she doesn't have the same message from the previous seasons anymore. RuPaul shows up on the screen and freaks the girls out in the same look that she gave Fred. And then Fred walks into the workroom in a good old Jeffrey Boyer Chapman fit and introduces himself.
No, there's no bedazzled suit jackets on this one.
Nah, but that length in the ankle is telling enough. You know, if there was a flood that were to happen, he'd be just fine. I do not like those cuts on pants for some reason. It looks weird to me.
It depends on the body type of the person. Like, you have to be really tall and like lanky to make that look.
The ankle needs to be the ankle needs to be important. I don't know. I wouldn't even say tall, lanky. There's some thick ones and short guys that really do pull it out. It's the legs. There you go. It's the legs. It's just the legs. He ain't got the legs. Anywho, Fred's like, what's up? No, not really. But he's like, hey, everybody, welcome to the show, blah, 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 blah. Glad you're here. I'm so excited. Here's what's up. You already have your first mini challenge. challenge. And it was actually season 5's first challenge of them jumping into a tank of water and taking pictures. Everybody did bad, except for, who was surprised, Abby OMG and Envy Peru straight up got in that water and was like, boom, boom, boom. What?
I was like, the whole time that they're doing the challenge, I'm like, I feel like they had to have like sanitized and refilled that pool each time.
Ew, because didn't it just,
if like 4 people's wigs, lashes, underparts, all that makeup.
Say it again, Jamar.
They had to refill that each time.
It gave staph infection teas, low key, y'all. It really did. Winner of this mini challenge is Abby OMG. Not a shock, not at all. I was
like, as soon as she went down there.
Envy or Abby. Envy seems to be pulling with that name, though. I don't know. They're in the same household. They're supposed to be drag sisters. It already seems like there's going to be troubles. Trouble.
This is like, girl, you can't be mad now. That's not cute.
Right.
Don't let that be your storyline this whole time.
No. The Queen's, so the Queen's runway is actually like really dope category. It's such a good category. Choose your queen. I need them to do choose your fighter next time. For a video game reference or something like that.
They don't have licenses to that.
Girl, listen. Low-key, Honey Davenport should be sending a cease and desist to somebody on that runway. Low-key, but I'll be quiet. Hi, Mom. I was like, girl, look at Honey Davenport in white. Okay, let me stop. So here's the thing. They're asked to get these looks together, choose your queen, but they also need to come up with a Q&A answer as to why, what makes them unique and distinctive that will help them take the crown. And they must come up with an answer for this when it's asked on stage. That was a mess in itself. For some of them, horrible. A lot of y'all were nervous, except for just maybe 2 in general, like said the Jean, and that was the answer. It was like, and boom. I was like,
that was the assignment.
All right, what y'all gonna do? And Envy was so nervous. I was like, oh my God, girl.
I know exactly what happened. She was like, I just panicked.
Started over talking her words. She went first too. That does not help. It's like, oh, me first? Oh, okay, let me start this off. Because if I went first, I'd have said some dumb stuff. Pancakes, maple syrup, butter. They'd be like, what? I'm like, breakfast.
First meal of the day.
Yes, it's so important of the day. That's why you should make me. Rome has a lot of conversations about social media and their time on social media and everything about social media. Okay.
You'll call her Rome again.
Rome. Forgive me, y'all. I apologize. I'm not trying to be disrespectful in any kind of way at all. Many different names get mispronounced. So if you find this to be offensive, I apologize in advance. I'm trying to get everything together. Please, relax. Okay? Relax. Room? Okay. Explains how she doesn't really have drag club experience. Strike 1. I was like, girl, whose famous last words are these?
There's not too many people who are not club queens who make it very far on
No. Nobody who sits in their house, in their room doing this is making it far. Now, babies, if you're young and you want to be on this show, I hear you, but you also have to get used to performing in front of people because it does matter. That's where the nerve... That's the nerve.
Variable of an audience. That you have to have something that you can't control, that you have to be able to be quick with it, on your feet with about.
Yes, because like, for example, it showed itself later when this competition was going on, when it came time to answer a question, when it came time for judging, and when it came time for lip sync. It was the inexperience I could see at full front. But again, Room is explaining, is explaining their life and their religious family and how it was hard for them at first with their parents, and then they kind of got used to it. And so it was a little bit easy, but Abby OMG, I'm sorry, just saying it. It's kind of cute, but it's...
Abby, why is the OMG there? I mean, I guess it stands out, but it's just it's
Yeah, if RuPaul was there, oh, I better get a whole Heidi in closet treatment for that name. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. But no,
too much fun.
But Abby OMG starts to explain how she's from Brazil, but has been in the Netherlands for about 16 years, 9 years with her significant other, boyfriend, etc., but has no relationship with her family anymore because of coming out and being themselves, and it really taking a toll because they were still a teenager at the time when this happened. They couldn't even talk to their own mommy. So Lord knows I could, my heart goes out to you because I love my mommy too much, and I needed my mom when I was younger. So, you know, you're definitely showing how tough you are, Abby, for pulling through that and understanding that you're the most important person in your life. So, all my love to you, baby.
Yeah, it always sucks how we really all live very similar lives in this community, especially like growing up in, you know, teenage years and sort of finding ourselves. We all kind of get there, you know, to the same place, but the path is always different. So everybody's story is very interesting.
Houston freeway system, right around the time when 610 and 45 connect, and there may be a little off ramp to 59 here. I-10's over on the there's so many different intersections, but we cross each other's paths all the time, just in different forms, different times of day, and different scenarios and situations. Just the same kind of BS. But we are strong. We are survivors.
Ooh, I got triggered.
Oh, keep it together. Keep it together.
Got triggered for season 8. Ooh, child.
All right, so that happened. The queens were getting ready. There was a little bit of banter back and forth. Let's get on to these guest judges. Now, I learned a new word today for fashion designer. I'm not going to try to say it. It's spelled Modeentwerper, which I assumed was Modentwerper, but I know that does not sound right, and I'm missing a few accents in there. So that actually means fashion designer, Jamar, which I was gagged to see. And I was like, oh, I literally, as I was watching the episode, paused, looked at the name, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Mark this down as a word I need to remember for the rest of my life. Thank you. Nikki Pleason, leave him right here. Fashion designer that is one of the guest judges on the show and is a good friend of our good Judy, Fred. Fred also came out into this runway. I'm sorry to say I was not impressed by this, so I'm just gonna be real with you.
I let them do what they want to do. It was their first season. I'm gonna give them some leeway.
Yeah, you hosted it in a basic outfit, girl. I couldn't do it. And if that was worth 18,000 euros, hiya chop. So the next person who was a guest judge on this panel is Klaus Iverson. Klaus is the person who actually designed the dress that they're going to be winning for the finale.
Child.
No shade. I'm sure they're probably one of the best designers out there, creating some fabulous garments.
I'm sure they are.
That just was a look that we have seen from Alexis Mateo, Jada Essence Hall.
If they was like, you get to win Violet's season 8 finale dress, I'd be like, ooh.
That should be in a museum.
Absolutely.
That should be in a museum. So,
absolutely.
And I'm going to break this up again to say, y'all, we're watching the show. This is our opinions. Okay. I already feel people, well, yeah, please. All right. And last but not least, I sang San Wallace de Vries. I did not say that correctly, and I apologize for this, but she's an actress and a comedian. She's an actress and a comedian. And she's there to give some wit for the judges panel. Once again, a couple words are said. Let's get this party started. But then RuPaul pops up. Category is...
I was like, oh, y'all
threw me off. I was like, oh, what? Hold on, about to come in. I'm wrapping up. Okay, so That was fun to see RuPaul again. Yeah. But she introduced the category, and so these queens are giving who is their favorite queen and their interpretations of, what they're giving. Mama, first one up, so the Jean and Marie Antoinette, which I'm gonna tell you this right now, it was serve. At first,
I
it was
was
like,
gagged.
at first I was like, ooh, I don't know, but it's kind of amazing. She's rolling in this dress, literally on rollers. But when she opened the dress up,
I was like,
the entire kitchen was in there. Everything Marie Antoinette-ish was in there from all kinds of storylines. Oof.
how did you pack that?
Mm.
How did you pack that?
And when you got out of it, you were still serving and severe. Oh my God. That's why I stand. I'm like, oh, I love this.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna like this one.
Yes, they thought it out. And I was kind of mad at her judging when someone was like, when you first came out, it was this, that, and the other until you opened it up and it was beautiful. And I was like, are you the same person who was just talking about this outfit and you just, okay. Oh, I got a little personal there, but yeah, I thought it was severe. This is one of the top looks of the night for sure. I was puss. This was, I was gagged when it opened.
Yeah, she is giving me this. They're giving her a similar edit to Jimbo. I was getting the same. I had the same feelings about
when the judging happened. Yeah, it was like there was something wrong with this. Okay, but yeah, that was fire. Now next up, which I honestly clearly need to be more aware of what's happening around the world, because I didn't even know there was a Queen of Netherlands. Not out of ignorance. I'm an American. Understand that. I'm American. You should know we're all kind of self-centered here. But I looked it up as soon as they kept saying Maxima, so I was like,
Maxima.
And she's gorgeous, by the way. But I looked her up and I was like, oh, this was a big deal for them, and that's why I was like, they love it. So I was like, okay, this is cool. So Envy Peru comes out as Queen Maxima in this blue number. She is so polished.
I mean, the outfit is great, but this wig, that comes straight from her scalp.
Didn't it look like it was her hair? Because, look up a picture of Queen Maxima later and you'll see that hair is damn near the same. It's damn near the same, Jamar. I was gagged. I was like, oh, I get the reference. I totally got it. I would say compared to some of the things that were given tonight, it's definitely safe. But I thought this was polished and the presentation was one. So I was here.
Mm-hmm. It was very.
Next up, Janae Jackie giving Honey Davenport, or I'm sorry, Queen B. I thought of a drag mother when I saw that. I was like, yeah, that's right on the nose. I actually liked this look, Jamar, to be honest with you. I think I liked it better when she removed the skirt and gave legs and was doing the walk with it too. I do not like that mustardy neon yellow shit color wig on top of her head, but I did like, to be honest, I wanted it to be an updo personally. I don't like the color.
Bigger.
Yeah, bigger hair. Yeah, I think bigger hair should have worked with that too. But personally, I hear you, Doug. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. The wig. It was the wig. Yes, the wig. I thought this was good. Winner of the night.
That threw me off.
Yeah, this was really good though. I don't know about the winner.
I mean, it wasn't bad, but don't get me wrong.
No way. No. Yeah. No. I thought it was top 3, but I wouldn't have given it.
Everybody seemed to have been like, yeah, Citizen should have won.
Severe. It was just so severe. But I thought the Queen Bee thing was cool. And maybe because they're fans of Beyonce, that also gave them points, because they definitely mentioned Beyonce's name on that judging panel quite a lot. She's the Queen Bee, but she's also Beyonce. I was like, girl, that is like this thing. That is B-Day album, like Beyonce outfit. She wouldn't wear that no more. Like, that's not even it no more. That's
not even her gig no more.
Yes, that's why I was like, girl, what are you talking about? That's beyond. No, it's not. It's like, girl, we on a whole new level.
Not curly or in braids.
Thank you. And it would have been a good old, and that wouldn't have been that color yellow. All right, so let me stop, because now I'm getting serious. But honestly, y'all, this was a good look. I was like, I don't know about winner. Rue is next. Evil Queen from Snow White. Chop, chop.
What in the bargain bin?
Chop, chop, chop. What the bodysuit is going on?
Like,
why do you have these golf club kids?
I would
shoes
never
on?
know that this is the Evil Queen. Like, the Evil Queen has this cape, like this crown, this full like face
beat.
It's not a face mask, but it's like I don't know what that's called.
She had the cowl over her head that covered
Yeah.
all of this, and then it would have just been a beat face. Like, so many things could have been done with this look. I will say that she quickly came out. We didn't get to see the ugly queen because that's what she was before the apple. She came out with the mask and she had the hood on, but all you saw was her taking the mask off. Like, I barely got to see the full like evil person or whatever. And she comes out in this bodysuit with a little chest piece thing over it with an apple in the middle looking dumb, and some, my mom doesn't like me right now shoes. I don't know. No.
Those shoes.
Hi-ya chop.
Those shoes take you completely out of it.
Out of it. They were
whatever fantasy there was is gone.
Girl, it was Final Fantasy. No, I wouldn't do that to Square Enix. So, hi-ya chop boot. The face was fine. The wig was weak, but boot. It was hi-ya. Trees are falling.
This next queen, this mama queen.
They're the saying, take one thing off before you walk out the door. This is it. But at the same time, this was severe. This was severe in cheap fabric.
I mean,
I wouldn't have known until it was sad. But
I don't think she should have. I mean, it just sucks that it fell at the last second. But honestly, had it not fallen,
she would have been, ooh, girl.
What would she really have taken away, though?
Ooh, girl. Okay, here's what I would have taken away. Because she came out in this giant piece already, okay? Like, and mind you, when Maria was the queen, I was like, but Maria's not a queen, though. So I didn't understand that reference, but I also get what she was playing on religious factors from her growing up. So I was like, okay, I guess
they just expanded it to like
we'll pass that through, but that's very Catholic. Nothing against it. I'm not. I just found it to be a little Kathy. So I was like, okay, not necessarily. However, we talk about presentation being important, right, Jamar? It was almost there till the crown fell with the presentation. And that's why it didn't knock it that much down for me personally. I just thought there was too much fabric going on.
But the fantasy sort of like cracked a little
Once
bit.
she got out of all that fabric, I didn't need also 20 more fabrics on her for the Maria moment with the baby. I do know why she did all that though, but to be honest with you, even with me saying all this, it was so good. I loved it. I really did. I was kind of mad that they said it was like some carnival fair thing on her head.
I see why they said it, but it was just like,
I loved all that extra.
Fair.
I did like that extra. I liked it. She was pretty too. She was beautiful. Yeah, I can complain, but not too long with this one. I liked it more than I hated it. Beyond anything. Great look.
Agreed. I still think the concept was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Megan.
Okay, Schoenbrode. Okay. A questionable moment of who you chose as your queen. Your intentions were not to be harmful, so I'm not going to grease you too difficultly here. But I need some help with understanding the choice and decision of having Diana Ross and then the way that was done, because you did not do Diana.
I mean, I'm not going to deny that, Diana Ross is a queen.
She is the boss.
But if you're going to do this, because you don't look as much like her, you have to have like the isms down. If you want to know how to do Diana, look at BB from All Stars 3. She loves doing Diana.
BB Zahara Benet is Diana Ross whenever she.
If you want to know how to do Diana's isms, if you want to do like her body language and how she performs, that
she has this energy of like
just
me?
jumping and just.
Oh my God! Look at all of you. Look at all my fan. Oh, I love you. Performing in the rain, Diana Ross. Okay. So this to me was a missed opportunity. I'm not going to go too much deeper into this because I know other people will be like, well, Matty. However, I'm looking at the presentation. It was at a 0, and that's where I'm going to leave it. Okay. Presentation 0. Next up, Chelsea Boy as the alien queen from Ridley Scott's Alien movie franchise. In her interpretation, with those high
Now,
heels.
I would not have known that this was the Alien Queen if it wasn't for the tail. The tail is what gave it to me.
Okay, true, because the headpiece was giving me more Thor. What was the movie with?
Yeah, because like from the front, that could be a lot.
Helena, yeah, she was giving me a Marvel villain in the beginning at first, but the tail moving in the back and it was moving.
I was like, that's big.
But no, I got the Alien Queen once she opened her mouth and was like, Alien. I was like, oh my God, this isn't really happening. All she needs is a Sigourney Weaver doll and it would have been set. That'd have been me. I'd had a little Sigourney Weaver doll. Do this. I used to have the toy when I was younger. When I was younger, they had the alien toys. I had the Alien Queen, I had Sigourney Weaver, and I had that yellow robot she was in. The one where she's like, get away from her, you bitch. Famous line. This was everything. Puss, Sevilla.
I agree. One of the standouts, because nobody.
Out
of drag.
Yeah, ain't they? The confessionals.
I'm looking at the confessional like, girl.
Yes. Next up is Patty Pam Pam. I love this name. Patty Pam Pam. I almost would do Matty Matt when I walk onto that. Patty Pam Pam, as this was kind of fire. Just the concept alone to think Freddie Mercury.
This was risky.
Very that. I found it to be rewarding. Yeah.
I don't think it hurt her. It was like a
Because it's not a queen, but Freddie Mercury, from the group. Queen. It's like, that was me. That's cute. This is cute. So that's where the A comes in. Now, a couple of the things I saw, you was given a little rocky road in certain other things, but I honestly appreciate this presentation. I thought it was great. You had high marks from me. I wasn't shocked when you were safe. I was like, yeah, she had been the bottom. I had questions compared to some stuff I saw up there that we just talked about. So yeah. Next up, our bearded queen is the Queen of Hearts, Miss Madam Madness. Madam Madness.
This is probably my favorite.
I say her face slayed to me. I didn't like the skirt so much until she removed that little bit and showed the underwiring part of it. To be honest, I thought she could have just had that. I thought she could have just had the underwiring and then just walked out like that with like the top pieces of deconstructed number, to be honest with you. But I thought everything else was amazing.
Yeah, the paint is really sold it.
They cannot deny her. They cannot. I dare someone to say that girl can't paint. I want her to paint my face. I was like,
with the beard.
With this same length. I was like, you have given me hope. You have given me hope. Oh, that face was so severe. I'm now thinking about Jamar. Oh, that face was so severe.
I had to pause at the right time. This man's so fine, John.
Next up is Jamar's second. Oh, Jamar's. You know what, Jamar? You the Tina Belcher of Drag Race. We love Tina Belcher in this household. We love Bob Parker in this household.
I just admire beauty.
Abby, OMG. This Carnival queen. Ooh, all I thought about was Sarita Cha-Cha, girl. All I could think about. I said, Abby actually did it correct. Thank you, Abby. OMG.
I forgot
And
about that.
you've
Child.
upgraded your drag since then, and we've all seen it. But I'm just saying, girl, this really, like, if they were giving season 5 some love, like, Abby literally threw back to season 5 from this.
Agreed.
I like this, to be honest with you. Another simple look from her, but not so simple because it was done and executed very well and is beautiful queen. So it just really sits well. It was good, but it was safe.
It does look great. I will say this though. Your entrance and runways are somewhat similar. So I'm gonna be looking to go like, okay, so what other like looks do you have? What other directions can we go? We'll see.
We'll see. Now, after we talked about the Q&A a little bit, it was the little womp. Cedric Jean was kind of the one that was really killing it. Like, as far as the Q&A goes, I think there was a few others. I thought Patty Pam Pam's was funny because it was just like... Rooms was terrible. Terrible. It was like, I'm social media. I'm used to this. Me.
I'm like, girl, if you talk about social media one more time.
I'm like, you're not giving these platforms. You're just saying social media. You really, like, they told you not to say you and the tube, didn't they? They told you not to say the twit and the it, didn't they? They said social medias. Anywho, top 3 says Regine, Janae Jackie, and Chelsea Boy. And bottom 3 is Room, Mama Queen, and Megan Schoenbrode. Judging
Agreed.
was
interesting.
It was interesting. Our winner of this week was Janae Jackie. And I thought it was going to be Cedric Jean, to be honest with you, or even
it was going to be Cedric,
or even Chelsea Boy for that matter, just for this new look kind of bit. But yeah, JD got it. I was like, okay, like I get it, but I also would have, I get it. But I'm like, okay, cool. No hate though. No hate. Honestly,
no hate.
Just
disagreement.
Disagreed. Now the bottom 2 agreed because if Mama Queen had to do anything, I'd have been hot.
Not with, and I love you, Megan, but yeah. And Room was going. I knew when she was going home. I not only knew she was in the bottom, I knew she was going home.
Well, she told us her story. We also knew she was on social media. I was like, calculations by Drag Race formula indicate you are going home. Now, Megan and Room are now having to lip sync. Megan told us that she was mostly deaf. So that was also where I was like, like, how's this gonna play out? How's this gonna work out here? I'm nervous. The song is Express Yourself by Madonna. Megan won by default.
I'm just gonna assume whenever they give me like an iconic LGBT pop song, I know they're gonna fuck it up, and not in a good way.
Put your love to the test. You know you got to. Like, that's a bop song. Like, and it's Madonna, so there's many exchanges and that where you can stop and turn and give like a little love to the judges and the camera and to turn back into the crowd. There's so much with that song. So Megan won by default because once Room pulled out some nail polish to paint her the gap.
I forgot about
it. Was over for me.
Thinking?
Hold on, here she go. Now I can lip sync. Miss Thing, you and that
tried to paint a gap. And like, why did you think that wet makeup product on your teeth was going to stay on? And now you look like you got yuck mouth. I'm telling you, it just smeared the black all in her mouth. I'm like, no. You ruined the whole fantasy. Whatever fantasy was left, you ruined the shoes, and whatever, crumbs that was down there in the corner of the bag were gone with her lipstick.
I was not ready for yuck mouth. I was not ready for yuck mouth.
But you see it.
Yes, they do. I had to inhale from my nose. That's how deep that was. Oh my Yeah, there was definitely a lot of yuck because her performance was yuck. Like everything was bad. Like you could once again, y'all, you can tell when someone's been performing in their room because that was Gothy Kendall up there. That was all that was. That was that first episode all over.
She was like, "Don't go for second place," pointing to Megan like,
and it was the way she
pointed, pointing to like, and she's wearing you out.
She was like, huh, and then she walks over in them little shit kicker boots. Them same old, Mom, stop yelling at me and telling me to clean my room shoes. Like she still was given that. Room is eliminated. Megan stays. Room has kind of a funny exit with, I'll miss you girls. Fred, I cut your tires. I was like, ah.
I mean, at least you made us laugh on the way out.
And not from them two little couch pillows that you had in the back there that you were trying to give a little shape in. Girl,
I think they tried to do that.
She said at the end, I wish I had spent more time on my look had I known what everybody else was going to bring. But it's like, man.
Why not just spend time anyway?
Just.
It shouldn't matter what everybody else does. You should just.
Oh. Girl, I wish this was that one movie. I don't have a real speaker, but we'll hold this speaker up. Preach, preach, preach.
I hate when people say that. Like, if I had known what everybody else was going to wear,
it wouldn't
matter.
That's an Alexis Michelle excuse.
You didn't tell me that I didn't look.
You didn't tell me these shoes didn't match. If you were my real girlfriends, you would have done this, that, and the other. Like I said in one of my videos, I don't expect Jamar to call me to let him know that I'm still his friend, and he don't expect me to call him and let him know. We just know we friends, and when we get on the phone, we there. You should not expect anything from anybody. You shouldn't expect anything.
They're all playing the same game, shit.
They all came to win. They all came, not $10,000, not a million either. You know, not $100.
Even 100, child.
No. A dress, a cover of Cosmopolitan magazine, and crown and scepter.
From Fierce Drag Jewels.
Yes, honey, y'all made it international. 9 queens remain, Jamar. What do you think so far of this season?
I am going to have to get used to reading subtitles because Drag Race is a type of show where it's very visual. There's a lot of nuances in what they do. And I feel like I'm missing some by watching the subtitles, but I just have to get used to it. It's interesting.
Down, up. It's literally...
It's like very, because it's not like anime. Anime, usually when they're talking, they're kind of like in a still frame.
And sometimes you don't even need to read the subtitles to know what they're saying in anime because it's like all of it's conveyed in that animation.
Emotion and conveyed.
Oh, like, yeah.
It's going to take some getting used to, but at least the personalities are there.
Casting was good.
It's just going to be a matter of me being able to catch the shade that they're throwing.
I think we're going to get more next episode as far as shade's concerned. Secondly, I'm cool with the subtitles. I do agree with Jamar because at first I was like down with it, but there was a point where I was like, oh, I have to rewind this back to make sure I caught the face as it was being said. And some of them when they're talking is very... Cedric Jean, when he talks, I like just melt. Like, and then others I'm like trying to pay attention to. Like I so focus on his words. I'm just like...
Because you're a whore.
Some days. But I like this show. I do. I'm entertained. I'm interested. I want to see how this plays out. I think they're very talented.
Good to see a different perspective of how drag is sort of performed in different regions of the world.
They've been watching, listen, everybody everywhere else has been watching our American butts get in there and act a damn fool. So I'm here to watch everybody else be themselves in their own way if they like to.
I forgot, now that I just thought about this. What I appreciated from Fred, particularly, I like how Fred gave us similar format to how RuPaul does like the judging, but he didn't try to be RuPaul.
Yes, that part.
And it felt more real and authentic.
Fred kept cutting them up. Are we still talking about her? No. Next. I was like, duh. Kind of like that. A little bit, but we'll see how this continues because I don't want him to be mean to these people. But yes, I agree. it's a good show. Let's see how this plays out. I'll have a different background that's probably going to be workroom for Holland next time because this is Vegas stage, as we could see. But thanks again for tuning into the first episode. If you're watching this, it's a Monday because this is how we keep it going. Yay! Mondays with me and Jamar. Thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, as well as my friend Jamar 84's channel. When you see videos pop up from him, subscribe, like, share, support the family. Okay, y'all know I got a Rant Pack family. I got Jamar over here, I got April over there, I got Mimi over there somewhere. The family's hugs and kisses, our best love and wishes to. It's your boy Matty Rants.
And Jamar 84.
We appreciate y'all for joining us again. Tune in again next week for another installment of Drag Race Holland. 9 queens remain. Who will win? We shall find out. I'm about to roll something. Bye, y'all.
Bye.